Okay, cool. I think I'm live. Let's check the replay real quick. Okay, all right. It's weird hearing my voice. This is a headset mic. I want to talk about this real quick. This is a headset mic. It's decent, and I'm using this plugin here as a VST2 filter in OBS, and you can load your entire chain and use it. So you can take like a okay mic and make it sound like $1 million. The plugin is called Element FX. It's 100% free. I mean, I don't sound like I'm, I don't know, Howard Stern or something. I sound okay. Yeah, it basically allows you to load up all your VST3 plugins. Right. Okay. Because OBS can't use VST3s, only VST2. So Element FX is basically like a plugin wrapper for OBS. Really cool, and makes me feel better about talking to y'all on my headset mic. But who cares? Anyway, welcome, whoever's going to watch this. Just so you guys know, I'm not making these so much for like live interaction. I'm kind of making these, just to have a video if you're bored, if you want to watch some dork make music. What up, Lewis? Welcome. But yeah, I don't expect a ton of people to be chatting on these, whatever. Mostly me just messing around. And I don't have a schedule and whatever. So I do this when I want to do it. And if you don't like it, too bad. Anyway, this video, Steinberg FM Lab, I want to talk about this. I was doing it in the last video at the end there. By the way, that last video was a train wreck. It was supposed to be on the Nodal Red 2X, and then it turned into political talk, and then it turned into me just messing around. Anyway, I'm going to try to keep this more grounded. I only have about an hour to do this, but this is the FM Lab. FM Lab is a plugin that is developed by Steinberg of Cubase fame. And in addition to Cubase, Steinberg is actually like responsible for VSTs as we know it. I'm pretty sure they patented that technology or nomenclature. I mean, the very first VST ever synth was created by Steinberg. So they've been around for a long time. And they've been owned by Yamaha since 2002, I think. A long time. I had no idea. So there's a, they kind of work together there. And anyway, this FM Lab, it's very similar to the FMX engine that Yamaha has on their Modi X and Montage series. I should probably play something before you go to sleep. Yeah. Now, the reason why that's exciting to me is because I really liked the Modi X and the Montage for the FM engine inside of it. You had these lovely crystallized keyboard sounds and all this good stuff, Right? I don't like that one so much. No. Let's take off the reverb. Inside of those keyboards, right? Better. But, the rest of it, take it or leave it. I didn't find the sounds on the Modi X or the Montage that great, especially for how much you're paying for it. I mean, I'm like, I don't know, Contact's kind of better. I just wanted the FM part, right? Well, that's kind of what this is. It's not the same engine as FMX from those keyboards, but it's very similar, and I believe you can load patches from your Montage into this, and it like translates. I'm pretty sure there's some cross compatibility there, and I think it sounds great. Let's find those really good keys that we were listening to, that I was listening to. There we go. Now, yeah, you know me, I like to take off the reverb. And the chorus. Is there anything? Sorry, give me a second. I love that one. There we go. Now we're getting into. Yeah, but so you get those like really clear FM sounds as a plugin. And then, you know, just so we're clear here, I'm not paid by Steinberg. I didn't get this for free. I bought it. I have no affiliation with them. I don't really know much about them, to be honest. I mean, I've heard their name over the years. I never used Cubase in my life. I hear a lot of good things about it, though. But I dig this because I've been trying to get the FM thing in my production for a long time, right? Like, here's one that I had for a while, which I still have, this chip synth. This is a plugin. This is one of the most realistic recreations of the Yamaha DX7. I'm sure it's very similar, you know, sound to FM Lab. The problem is, it's just not easy to navigate. This is I'm sorry, not a good interface for me. I don't know what the hell is going on. Operator 3, Operator 6. I mean, there's no quick and easy way to just kind of, here's my biggest thing, changing the release time. You hear that? How do I change the release time on this? What if I want it to be really short and snappy? Well, that ain't it. Maybe it's down here. Oh, now it's ringing forever, right? Jesus Christ. It's always been a pain in the ass to do that. On this FM Lab, they've kind of simplified it where you have, for example, okay, check this out. Here's the sound we got, right? Let's also, is there any effects on here? I feel like I hear like something going on there. Effects? No, I guess not. Let me bring up a patch I'm more familiar with. Muted time. Okay. A perfect example. So mod times. Let's just see what happens if we bring this knob up. This is like a macro, right? Oh, wow. Listen to that. Now the sound is kind of elongated, right? Short and snappy. If you bring it to the left, it's short and snappy. If you bring it to the right, longer sounds. What about carrier times? Ah, this is almost like release time here. You hear that ringing effect? Oh, perfect. Listen to that. Listen to how fucking perfect that is. With two knobs, I've controlled so much of the sound. I got a percussive sound, or I've got a longer sound. It's almost like sustain, right? It's not. It's more complicated than that, but effectively, that's what's happening. Now, if you take the carrier time all the way to the left, there's actually like zero sustain. So, you know, you want to kind of put it in the middle. And you might also be saying, Kiko, what the hell are you talking about? What's carriers? What's mod? FM synthesis is if this is the video where you want to learn about FM synthesis, I'm not the guy. I'm just going to say right now, I am woefully unqualified to talk about FM synthesis. The way I can barely understand it is you've got, let's see, you've got basically like one operator there's an algorithm and it's modulating another thing, right? I mean, dude, there's so much going on here. There's so much. What I like, though, is that at least it's showing you kind of how it's laid out. This is also really cool. There's panning left and right. Let's adjust this. Wow, so I now know that you're panning the operators to get a more wide sound. Oh, listen to that. That's so cool. And then that means we don't have to use like a chorus effect, right, to get that wide sound. That's really cool. And that took me like a minute to understand. I just had to kind of check it out and do that. I also realized on this thing, you know, let's say I wanted to actually adjust the release time. You can double click on any of those operators. Oh, look, here's an envelope. Hold, attack, decay, release. What happens if we... Holy shit. So if I adjust the release time here, that's going to be my release for, I guess, the whole sound. And again, I'm sort of guessing, right? Oh, there's a filter. I forgot about that. But, you know, I don't know how it works. I really don't. Like, but I'm taking educated guesses, right? And the algorithm, not the algorithm, the interface of this plugin lends itself to explore. Absolutely. Can we close this? Can we close this whole thing? That'd be nice. Oh, what if I press that? What's going to happen? Perfect. Oh, now we, oh. Okay, here's a complaint about Steinberg in general. They're Halion 7. So just to explain, FM Lab is a plugin that runs in Halion Sonic 7, which is a player. It's like a player for, it's almost like a contact player. Andra Beats says, FM synthesis is wild. Absolutely. It's wild, and I'm not smart enough to talk about it. But I am going to try. Yeah, Halion Sonic 7. So this is like Contact. And then FM Lab is a synth that you're loading inside of it. So if you're going to buy this plugin or whatever, just know that you'll need Halion to play it, which is not a big deal. It's fine. It does make it better in the ecosystem. If you want to buy another plugin of theirs, like RetroLog or something like that, you'd run it within Halion Sonic 7, right? But anyway. Yeah, so, I mean, there's a lot of possibilities here, but you just notice how, look, everything I do with synthesizer stuff and, you know, messing with sounds is I want to use it in a song, right? I'm not a guy who's like, I want to create this thing and then do nothing with it, right? I am practical in all of my sound design. Glangstar, Kiko, what up, bro? Hope you've been good. Thanks, man. I'm all right. You know, ups and downs. Things are kind of crazy in my life, but you know, I'm streaming here and there. But thanks for stopping by. Yeah, so everything I want to do is practical, right? So it helps that like this interface is actually pretty good. Oh, what I was going to say that's negative is because it's in Halion Sonic 7, this contact like thing, you can't zoom in and zoom out the interface. There is no, like if I were to extend this and make it bigger, it would be the same size. That's kind of annoying, especially for visually impaired people like myself. I don't know if you noticed, I don't have eyeballs, right? I'm doing this with no eyes. But so yeah, that's kind of a pain, but you know, whatever. It's not a big deal. Yeah, no, but so this interface is really like, and it all kind of makes sense, like what's happening. Let me show you. So, like for modulating, let's open this patch that I was messing with at the start. Oh my God, let's turn it down a little bit. So I have the mod wheel. The mod wheel is attached to the mod time thing here, right? This mod time parameter. So when I play notes, it's percussive. As I raise the mod wheel, wow. Here's A. Here's B. It's almost like the envelope of a filter. It's not. This is not a filter. This is just FM. Although there is a filter in this plugin. That's really cool. But you know, earlier before I started the stream, I was messing around. And I was kind of wishing, what if the lower notes were percussive like this, and the higher notes were like that? how would I do that? Well, go to the mod matrix and figure it out. So mod matrix. Let's click for sources. Let's go to key follow. Okay. So this means the lower notes, basically the source is the pitch of the notes you're playing, right? Yeah, you've got unipolar, bipolar. You've got the curve of how crazy it is, logarithmic position, negative, right? So what parameter would I have key follow affect in the destination here? Let's go to FM, modulator timescale. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, now if I start playing notes, nothing's going to happen because you have to, it's like any mod matrix. You have to choose how much is going to be affected, right? The depth, modulation depth. So let's click and drag. Let's just go like all the way, right? Wow. Cool. What would happen if I changed the logarithmic position, or positive, not position, sorry. Whoa. So you can kind of see that line. I know it's kind of hard to see. You may have to zoom in. I apologize. But instead of just a diagonal line going up, there's a bit of a slump here, right? So it's weird. It's not. It's technically doing the same thing, just in a different shape. I don't know if I like that. What if we change it to logarithmic negative? So it's kind of erring on the side of you want more. Yeah. So I would say for these purposes, let's just do linear. Right? But how cool is that? Like, we're creating something that is practical, easy to set up, and I haven't really gone into editing the algorithm of this FM patch. I haven't really gone into that. I'm pretty much just clicking on this other stuff, and I love that. I love that you can do that. But let's also talk about the filter. Yes, there is a filter. Right now it's set to low pass 24. You have 24, 18, 12, and 6. I do wish more plugin companies would also include like 36 or 48, just for fun. Why not? You got band pass 24, 12, high pass, band pass, reject, all pass. Yeah. Some of these I'm going to be careful with. I don't really want to like go nuts and kill your ears. But so let's bring it down. And let's turn on the envelope for the filter. Let's turn on some resonance. Wow, you can't even hear it. Wait. You legit cannot hear the resonance at all. That's bizarre. Why is it like that? I legitimately don't know. Let's have velocity affect it. I suspect that they included this just to include. I'm sure I'm missing some critical thing here. But really, though, we should be hearing a wow, wow. Let's take this off. Okay, there it is. It's wow. Okay, it's there, but when you bring up the envelope amount, it's like the resonance is gone. That doesn't make any sense. I've never worked with a plugin where that would happen. I suspect that this should be more used for like high pass filter. What I mean by that is Give me a second. Let's say you want to quickly shave off some low end. Done. That's how I would use this filter. You know, because that way, because otherwise I don't really see much of a creative use for this. What's going on here? Oh, you've got distortion. Okay. You've got key follow. Yep. Velocity. But you know, yeah, man, this plugin, there's a lot of possibilities. Well, I should say this. This ain't gonna like be your main sound source for your tracks, right? No. But if you want a funky FM sound, you know, and you want to adjust it just to your liking, because let's be real. I mean, a lot of FM synthesis sounds are corny, right? They're dated, they're 80s. That's just how people see them. I like to see them as, I mean, I like that corny stuff, but then I also like the organic-y feel of it. Like, for example, here's this patch again, the keyboard. Let's bring down the mod time. That sounds organic. I keep saying that, I know. It sounds like I'm playing a glass mallet type instrument that has a wooden bass. You know what I mean? And that's just FM. I mean, that's how, when it came out back then, people were like, holy shit, this sounds pristine. But there's, it's more than that. Because I've heard digital synths where it just sounds like bad, right? But, you know, whatever's going on with this mod time envelope, let's look at the algorithm here. Okay. So it looks like operator 2 is going to operator 4, which is going to operator 6. Right. Now, the only stereo information, pan left and right here. What happens if I pan this? I hear something. But it doesn't seem to be doing a lot. Now, if I pan this, of course, it's quite different. If we bring these both in the center here, it's a mono sound. That's really cool. Now, okay, and then there's operator 6 here. What happens if I just bring the level all the way down? Ah. Okay, so a lot of this plunky sound is coming from op 8, excuse me, not 6. Interesting. And I'm seeing a direct line. Yeah, I'm not even going to pretend, guys. I'm sorry. Pretend that I know what's happening. I'm curious, though. Can LFO1, can that affect FM? Oh, wait a second. Let's click on this. Let's go to F. No. Okay, I guess I have to hold this. Interesting. I wanna pan. I want to use an LFO on this pan. I don't know if you can, though. Let's see. Add destination. Let's go. I mean, I guess panning. Is that the entire panning everything? I don't want to just pan everything. Pitch envelope, user envelope, bus. Or you can send it to buses. Okay. Let's go back to F. Nope. Stop. Oh. Okay. Don't annoy me. Thank you. Okay. Feedback, modulator level, modulator, timescale, carrier. Yeah, I don't see. It's too bad. It's too bad that this is not. You can't just assign that to an LFO. Maybe you can assign it Is this a parameter that I can just modulate in my DAW? No. When I start messing with this and I do browse parameters in FL, I know you can't see this, but it brings up chorus rate, which tells me that that is not something you can modulate. Last tweaked channel volume. Yeah, I don't know about that. Either way, you know, let's add an LFO to this. Let's do oh god, I don't know. Pitch. Yeah. Oh my god, so sorry. All right, let's change the shape to triangle. Let's change the frequency. Okay. Do saw. Nice. I love me a saw. That's my favorite shape for LFOs. Oh, it's polyphonic LFO, so they all have their own independent. What happens if we re-trigger? Okay, take it off. Nice. Okay, cool. So you can have it either where they're all doing their own thing, or you can re-trigger so they all match, I guess. I don't know, but let's turn this down a little bit. So what we have pulse, right? We have ramp. That's cool. It's like upside down saw. Log, I like that. Sample and hold 1, which is like random, and 2. Okay. I mean, sine is the way to go, I think. Let's get out of pitch. Let's do something else. What about, let's go to FM here. Let's do modulator level. Whoa. Huh. Woo. Oh my god. Oh, see, these are sounds that are just so weird, you know? Oh my goodness. That's like a laugh. Oh, 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 oh. That's so funny. I was thinking today when I was messing around with this, I was like, it would be so sick if there was a synth that combined analog. I don't mean FM and analog together. I mean, there's an analog engine. We'll say digital analog hybrid engine, subtractive, you know, where the oscillators are digital. The filter is analog, because I think you got more flexibility there. And then there's also something like this, and you can layer sounds, and you can get some really cool stuff. Hardware synth. That'd be fun. Because that's where the magic is. When you layer like a DX7 and DX7 keys with, I don't know, Juno 60 strings, you get really nice sounds, you know? Okay, let's do something else. How about operator 1 pitch? I mean, I'm just kind of guessing here. Go up. Ah, you can hear it. Let's try operator 2 pitch. mean, as you can tell, I don't really know what's happening. I know what's happening, but I don't know how to predict what's going to happen. Whoa. That's trippy. Let's bring it down. I want it to be kind of usable. It's almost like Analog Drift, but the DX7 version. It's very subtle. Let's bring it up a little bit. These sounds feel so alien. Yeah. Yeah, they do. They absolutely do. Into groove music. Long time no see. There is some very weird sounds on here, actually. There's a ton of patches. Oh, I should say this too. So there's all the presets. There's layers. So you can layer like... Now, how do you do that? I see program. Okay. Do you just like drag and drop? And then where do you go to layer them? I probably should have figured that out before I started this live stream, huh? That would have been a good idea, right? Did I do that? Nope. How would you just make... I want both of these sounds to be... Only one is triggering. Come on. You can figure this out, Kiko. MIDI. Oh my God. I apologize. There you go. So you got two layers playing at the same time. Wow. Now it's kind of silly because one is a mono sound, lead sound, and one is chords. Oh, that's right. And okay, what's different about this engine to FMX is that I believe this has different waveforms, like the sine wave and stuff like that. Sorry, sawtooth, and not just sine. Usually Yamaha FM stuff is just sine wave. I think the TX81Z had that as well. Let's see. EPN01. Whoa. And then if you wanted to, you could actually have only some of these trigger. Oh, velocity. Look at this. Wait a second. Let's say I just want... Wait. Let's say I just want the first layer to trigger when it's high velocity. I think that's how you adjust this slider here. Is that right? Let me start over. Let's start over. I want to make sure I know what I'm doing here. I'm not just... Yes, remove all programs. Okay, let's get a sound like what's... Chiffy flute. Chiffy lube. Look at that. Okay. And then chunky bits. And then we'll go to MIDI here. And we'll put them both on 1. Oh, God. Oh, God. Calm down. And I only want chunky bits to play when it's high velocity. There we go. Not the most graceful. Can you fade in? It's a little... Can you fade in the sound? Well, that's still cool. You can do it. Oh, wait. Oh, wait a second. So you can really move this around. That doesn't make any. That's going to be a nightmare. Now the problem is I have a very little baby MIDI, mini MIDI keyboard here. Let's get rid of everything. Yeah, dude, but like these sounds are some of these sounds are really interesting cinematic sounds. Oh wait, let's get out of everything here. Let's go to all presets, cinematic. Just 2? Okay. No, can we? All right, come on, buddy. What's going on? Okay. Now here's something cool. Oh, it didn't happen there. Here, let me show you this. I'm going to switch patches. I didn't do it there. So what I've noticed when you're going through patches on this thing and you're switching, it doesn't automatically cut off the next sound, which is really cool. It did there, but normally it doesn't. I've never really seen that. Like, it's rare. Especially something with like a lot of, reverb. Not that. Here we go. So you hear it, right? That's so cool. It keeps the reverb tail of the previous sound you were listening to. So it's not so jarring, you know? When people change patches so quickly, it can be like right? I like that. Machine made. This is obviously using an arpeggiator, or is it step mod? Arp, it's right there. Sorry, guys. Wow, a lot of stuff's happening here. I'm not gonna lie, I will probably never use this. This looks very. I'm you can't see, but my face is right up to my monitor because I can barely see. Missing you. What's this? Ah. I like that. I think it's a reference to I'm missing you. But that's the cool thing about these types of plugins, this, FM stuff, is that the velocity matters a lot. Here's a soft and then hard. The effects, let's talk about the effects, are fine. The reverb. Are they fine? I don't know. I think they're kind of mid, to be honest. This sounds like very dated chorus, not in a charming dated, like. I think if you want the stereo effect, you should go in and mess with the panning. Like, let's turn off chorus. So it's a mono sound. Something like that. And just so you know, I'm moving. You can see the arrows, right, left and right. So carry your pan. Do something like that. Rather than using the chorus, because I don't think it sounds very good, in my personal opinion. I'm mostly using like the compressor. The EQ is perfectly fine, They have an equalizer, and they have This should be the standard. Just always have the little, always have the presets so you can quickly. Or alternatively, like low cut here, or alternatively high cut as well. Because that's the thing. Bright metallic-y sounds can be harsh. So sometimes it's good to kind of dull the high end. It makes it sound just, I don't know, more real. Nordic State. What's this? Nice. This so far is one of my favorite patches that I've found because it's so what's the word? It is so, come on, Kiko, you can do this. Versatile. For example, we've got keys here, yeah. Right, and then you can have bass. That is such a good bass tone. Right? That's fat. And I've actually turned that into its own separate, spiky bass. Oops. When I say turned into, I just mean that I put an EQ on it, limiter, and then I also went to the voice tab and I made it mono, retrigger, legato. Right? So, here's the catch. This thing is $150, and I paid for it. I bought it. Do I think it's worth $150 for a pretty competent FM engine? I think for me, yeah. Because I want these sounds on quickly, and I want to adjust them quickly, and I love what they're doing with that. Actually, what I was going to do, the reason I found this thing, believe it or not, is I was trying, Halion Sonic has a whole complete bundle thing. I was trying it out for free, for 30 days. And this FM Lab was the one, I think it was the whole thing was $250 or maybe $300 or something like that. I didn't pay for that. I was trying it out, evaluation. And these FM sounds were the only ones where I was like, I would kind of miss that. I would kind of miss that because I use this shit all the time now. For that funky kind of throwback sound, but not sampled, right? That's the key. You can get sounds very similar to this that are sampled in a contact library. What's the big one that I used for a long time for Sega Genesis sounds? Oh God, you know what I'm talking about. Super Audio Cart has similar sounds, FME sounds. And I'm sure there's sample libraries out there. I think Gospel Musicians had FM Tines, right? The thing is, those are samples. Those are not synthesized sounds, right? So there's going to be artifacts. They're going to sound slightly muddier than the real thing. Actually, as an example, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I tried to make my own version of this. What is it called? Sound font player? No. What is it called here? Give me a second. Direct Wave. I tried to make a Direct Wave version. Do you guys know about Direct Wave? You can pretty much create your own sampled instrument of any plugin with some major caveats. Major. Let's see. Yeah. So for example, is this it? Yeah. So this is, okay. So what you're hearing here is a direct wave version. Hold on. Give me one sec. Why is it doing this? There we go. Let's turn it up. So it's capturing the spirit of it for sure. But I don't know if you can tell, it does sound very muffled, right? Very muted. Let's bring up the actual sound that I sampled with Direct Wave. This was muted tine. Dude, it's like night and day. Nope. It's not even close. Listen to how much clearer that sounds. Clear, percussive. Now, here's the sampled version that I made. It's like none of the life is in it. Not to mention, this patch here is, dude, it's like almost a gig. Because I had to sample each note like tons of times. I didn't do it. It's like an automatic process. You know, I did it, but I didn't take the time to do it. You know what I mean? And, you know, obviously there's going to be libraries out there where you can do this. But I want the real raw sound. I want the clean, polished sound, I should say. Into Groove Music, I don't know if you're still here, but Synthpunk. I realize Synthpunk is back. Remember Synthpunk? Shout out to Synthpunk. Let's talk about Synthpunk a little bit. Synthpunk is one of the funniest guys on YouTube that I ever came across. I don't know how I came across him. I think I was making videos on synths. We're talking like 5-6 years ago. But I was making videos on synths. And then this guy, either he started showing up in my streams or I started getting recommended his videos. I don't remember how. But Synthpunk is this guy who, it's the strangest thing. I want to say he's an older guy, maybe 50, 55. And he trolls. And let's not say that. He doesn't troll. Well, actually, he does. But okay, let me back up. He does troll. But what he also does is he doesn't sugarcoat. I love that about him. If he doesn't like a synth or if he doesn't like what a manufacturer is doing, bro, he will tell you. And he doesn't kiss ass like all these guys who are doing paid fucking videos on, you know, oh, the new Arturia mini log, you know, whatever the fuck, right? He doesn't do paid content. He says what it is. And he was actually shitting on the new Fourm synth. Oh boy, we're taking a turn here. Whatever. You know what? Who cares? He was shitting on the Fourm, and which is a new synth by Sequential. Here we go.
I have a very important announcement. I don't know if you watched the gear forums, but one of the gear forums I noticed that Sequential is coming out with a 4-voice plastic synthesizer just like Moog. Yeah. I can't remember, was it Synthtopia or something? So Sequential is apparently coming out with a 4-voice. It's supposed to be like a Prophet 5 and a Pro 1, a combination. So I'm telling you, these synthesizer companies all follow the same suit. Yeah, the same path. The path of mediocrity, people.
He's not wrong. No lies detected. He is 100% right. This Sequential Forum, I saw an ad for it. So it's a 4-voice synth that has their own version of polyphonic aftertouch. Okay? And I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand. What is the point of poly aftertouch if you only have 4 voices? Tell me, what's the point? Because isn't the whole thing with poly aftertouch that you can play chords and do some cool stuff, you know, with the lead line, so your chords can stay as they are, and then your leads can do all sorts of, I mean, what are you going to do with 4 voices? It doesn't make any sense. And the name of the synth is called the Fourm. Forum? Like they're acting like 4 is like cool. That's not cool. Nothing is cool about being limited to 4 voices in 2025, okay? Oh, but it's all analog. Who gives a shit? Can we be over with the analog? Come on, dude. Enough of the analog. Okay, there's plenty of amazing synths that are not analog and are perfectly fine. Or let's go the sensible route and do digital oscillators and analog filters. Let's go there. Because you know what? You can fake all that bullshit. You can fake all the detuning and the destabilized, pitch and the analog warmth. You can fake it with digital oscillators. And having an analog filter, okay, yeah, that's it's harder to fake. I mean, you can actually do it, but why not do the best of both worlds? Why not give the analog heads, an analog filter, and then have an 8 voice, for Christ's sakes? 6. Jesus Christ, can the minimum be 6? 6 voices. That was the Juno 106, Juno 60. It was 6 voices. And you know what? It worked for me, right? I had no problem with 6. 4 is fucking ridiculous, right? So I bring this up to say, here's the thing with Synthpunk, and we've done shows together. We've done live streams together. He'll do this thing. I lose track of him because he'll delete his account every 2 months, and then he makes a new one. And I don't know why he does it. It drives me crazy because I want to know what's going on with Synthpunk, and then I can't find him. This is a new Synthpunk truth. How the fuck was I supposed to know about this? I don't know about this, which is fine. I'm not mad at Synthpunk. I'm just saying, Synthpunk, I hope you stick around, man, because we need people like you who are telling the truth. Okay? I mean, who bought Sequential recently? 2 years ago or something? Was it Novation? Bought by Novation? Yeah, Novation purchased Sequential in 2021. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Sequential was not directly bought by Novation, but rather their parent company, Focusrite, in April 2021. Now, this is AI telling me this, so I might be totally wrong. Can Focusrite afford a couple more voices here? I mean, we're not asking for much, guys. 6 voices. That's not a lot. I don't know. Is it that bad? Is the market that terrible? It's bizarre, dude. It's bizarre. I don't know why I brought that up or went on that rant, but anyway. So, shout out to Synthpunk. Check him out. He's not for everyone. If you want a channel that just glazes, different manufacturers and goes like, oh, Roland's the best, oh, Korg is the best, he ain't for you. If you want a guy who's gonna say, yo, this shit sucks, and I don't care if you don't like it, then check him out. I respect that. I love that shit. I don't think here's the thing too. I think people get a little butthurt when someone shits on their favorite synth company or manufacturer or keyboard or sports team, whatever, whatever it is. We're all tribal about things, right? Sorry, I'm changing the trash bag here. But the thing to remember is that Synthpunk is not picking on some lowly guy with, some lowly inventor who created a little prototype synth and it took him 10 years to make and he has no funding or backing. No, he's picking on companies who generate fucking millions of dollars, okay? And they can handle a little bit of criticism, because I find it ridiculous that we're supposed to be excited about a 4-voice synth that has poly aftertouch. The Hydra synth made by, I forget the company name. What's their name? Oh, boy. Former Native Instruments guy, actually. Apologies. Ashen Sound Machines. Yeah. Bro, these guys came out of nowhere. And the Hydra synth was their first synth. And they weren't Moog. They weren't Native Instruments. They weren't, Focusrite, whatever. I'm getting all confused now with all the mergings and stuff. And they released an incredible synth that, dude, before the Hydra synth, Poly Aftertouch, no one was even talking about it. Genuinely, no one was even talking about it. And then they come out with this amazing keyboard, and this thing had 8 voices to start with. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't it 8? I think it was 8. Now, again, not analog, digital synth, but it had Poly Aftertouch. You know, so I don't understand why Sequential can't do something comparable. I mean, this is a downgrade. Now, granted, I think it's cheaper. No, it's not cheaper. The Sequential Fourm is not cheaper. Sequential Fourm cost. How do you say the name? Is it Forum or is it Fourm? It's the stupidest fucking name I've ever heard of. Okay, Sequential. I'm going to say Forum because it's Fourm. You know what? Let's listen to Jack Duxbury talk about it. Hey, Jack. What's he gonna call it? And it's a shame, dude, because look at this layout. This is a great layout. You've got your filter envelope, your amp envelope, you've got the main volume, you have miscellaneous functions, the ARP, clock, filter. Dude, like, this is a shame because this seems like a really well-designed synth, but you can't even play a fucking chord. Well, you can play a crappy chord. All right, bro, hurry up. Come on. I want to hear him say the name. That's all I want to hear. And
hello, welcome to Answers TV. My name is Jack Duxbury.
This guy's nice. He's a Sequential guy.
Oz pals behind that camera. Oh. And we are honoured to have the great Calc in our midst.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here.
Come on.
Thank you. Yeah,
we might have given the game away and we rolled it out for the great man. But we are talking about this.
There we go.
We've got a stack of forms behind us.
Forms. What?
And one right in front of us as well. Yeah, here it is. The latest.
And full disclosure, I had one to fiddle with. Yep. I enjoyed my week with it, but I don't know any more than that.
Yeah, sure.
Didn't read any of the manuals. I just had a playthrough to get an idea of the sound. So what is it?
Well, Fourm is a
Fourm. Okay, so I've been saying it wrong. If that annoyed you, I apologize. It's Fourm. The Sequential Fourm. Forms. There you go. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I really can't be excited about something like that. You know why? Because I'm not buying hardware synths anymore. I am fully in the box, and I love it. And when I see people getting excited about a 4-voice synth, I have to kind of go, are we all taking crazy pills? What's going on? What's happening? It's ridiculous. Okay, anyway. So that was a tangent that had nothing to do with FM Lab. But I don't know. I think this I've been doing this lately. Every time I've been doing a stream, I'll have a main topic, talk about this synth, and then somehow, some way, I deviate. I don't know why. I don't know why I do it. My mind's all over the place. My mind's telling me, no, it's not. Canceled. But anyway, this shit rules. But let's go back to what I was saying. Is it worth $150? For most people, I don't think so. I don't think this is worth $150 for most people. I was willing to do it because I like the UI enough. I find it makes sense for me, and it does what I needed to do. Because I have FM8. I'm not installed, but I've used FM8 before. The Arturia DX7V I don't own, but I've used it before. And I felt like those interfaces were not doing it for me. And this one is. And the sounds are good, Shoot, let's make something right now. Why not? Also, I should say this too. The sounds I'm using it for are kind of like New Jack Swing, you know, old school, sort of dorky stuff. I don't know if you'd want to pay $150 for that. If you want something that sounds like epic and cinematic, and dude, you're probably better off with like Serum or something. You know, Serum has FM, not this kind of FM, but Serum has traditional, you know, FMing an oscillator to another oscillator. Oh, by the way, actually, this is a good. I made a patch in Serum 2, I think. Okay, go away. Yeah. So this is, by the way, I am a Serum novice. I am not that good at Serum, but yeah. So what I did here, if I remember correctly, where's the mod matrix? Okay, yeah. So I assigned velocity to the attack, envelope 1 attack. So the harder you push it, the more you get a punch. And then in addition here, the reverb mix comes on, right? The harder you hit. And I don't think the mod wheel does anything. Oh, no, it does. Filter 1 frequency? Oh. I guess it does something. Okay. So, like, you could do something like this, like... Nope. Cool. That was so amazing. I don't know. I realized this patch wasn't very good when I made it. I don't know why I'm showing it, but yeah. Make something real quick. Let's change it to what's soft brass? Oh yeah. That sounds funny. Muted guitar. Yeah, it's pretty good at anything percussive, anything guitar-y. Although I do want it to be mono, retrigger, legato. Turn the swing up. You know what this technique I'm doing is? I think this is technically doing a drone. You can't really hear it. hard to hear. Yeah. Well, a drone is usually one note over and over, and I'm going da da da. Half step up. Talk, please. And we'll change it on the second half here. Da-da. Okay. Let's do another one here. And as far as I know, pretty light on CPU, I think. Take off that chorus. That's awful. Maybe let's do this one. Nope, wrong one. Oh, here's another version I made with a very heavy compressor. How do I want to settle that. No, don't record. Don't do that either. Nope. Let's get rid of this. I don't know if this patch is doing it for me, actually. Let's adjust the mod levels. Let's pick a different one. Different patch. Let's go to, oh God, I don't know. Brass. Do they have brass? Eesh. I do wish there was an effects off. Wait, is this it? What's that do? Wait. Is this effects off? Let's listen. No, it's not. What is that for? Set it for a second there. Bypass quick controls. Okay. All right. Oh, well here, effects. Wait, what if we just go like that? Okay, so yeah. So if you want to quickly turn off the effects, boom. Okay, that's fine. Uh-oh. So, and this is something, this is my failing here that I don't understand the architecture. There's still effects on this. And yet, are they here? No. No. Mix. Where are the effects coming from if they're not here? That's what I'm not understanding. That's very weird. Okay. Let's do that weird patch I was doing. I don't know about this. Also, velocity should be doing something on this patch. Hey. Maybe velocity should be affecting something else. Velocity. Okay. Let's go to FM. Nope, nope, nope. Don't do that. Notice that that happens a lot. FM. Okay. Let's do modulator level. Nope. Okay. Starting to sound very weird. There we go. I think it should also affect the time scale. Yeah. Nope, don't do that. Please don't do that. Yes. Okay, wrong way. It's not really but it's it's an ugly sound. How long is this? Oh, wow. We have quite a bit of shit we can do here. What if we... Okay. Wait a second. Let's go to reverb. This is cool. I'm amazed at how fast you make the chords. Thank you. Yep. Thanks a lot. I have had a lot of practice. What if we go to matrix? Let's do velocity for reverb mix. Is that a thing we can do? Please be a thing we can do. Oh, I don't think it is. No. No. Shit. Really? That's a bummer. Wait, maybe I'm not looking at the right thing. LFO, step mod, amp, filter, pitch, user envelope, bus. That is bizarre. So we can't. So what am I supposed to do? Automate it? Yeah, I don't. No. I don't want to do that. Assign to new automation? No. Maybe? What happens? Is it on here now? No. Sorry, I'm getting a little. No, it's not here. How do I make the mix? I want velocity to control this mix. Although, you know what? It's not really going to do what I want it to, I bet. Seriously, though, how do we... Yeah, we don't need that. That's a bummer. I wonder why it wouldn't let us do it. Okay, wait a minute. So, assign quick control. Okay. Wait. QC5. Okay, so these are free, I guess. Yeah. But I want it to... Let's do forget automation here. I mean, let's do QC5. How does... Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I don't think that's a thing you can do. That's a shame. For such a flexible architecture, that's kind of a bummer that you seemingly cannot automate the effects in this thing. I mean, I could go in and here's the thing. I could automate this, I'm sure. I just would rather velocity do it. Like whenever I hit it hard, I want to go like... You know what I mean? But I don't know if that would sound very good, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Let's right-click on this. Okay. Edit quick control. What? Oh, wait. Wait a second. Relative. No. Curve. Okay. Wait a second. Let's get out of this. How do I get out of this? Remote control, link to controller. Is this FL stuff here? Edit events? These are FL things. Yeah, let's say it like link to controller, that's an FL thing. Override global link is an FL thing. Weird. Okay, I want to get out of quick control now. How do we get out of it? I guess edit. This is not interesting. I'm so sorry. Me trying to learn the ins and outs of this. Maybe I should have waited to make a video. Okay. Well, look. There's obviously a lot going on here that may need a better understanding, I think, of Halion Sonic rather than FM Lab itself. Like now I don't know how to go back to what we were doing. I'm stuck here. Weird. Okay. Whatever, who cares? You recognize that song? If you do, you get nothing. Okay. Anyway, that's going to do it for this stream today. Because I got to go. And I hope I sort of made a good case. I was making a good case for this plugin until I got lost in this effects section here. Yeah, this is a bit much. How do we? I don't know. That's annoying. Like, how do you get out of this? Well, I guess we'll never know. But anyway, switch off on all insert effects. Turn off all aux effects. Oh, look, you got all this shit here. Show hide load panel. Okay, that I understand. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. Thanks for coming by. I hope this was entertaining at the very least. If it wasn't informative, I hope you were at least a little entertained. I do recommend trying it. Maybe doing more on the manual. I think you know what? Just in terms of an FM plugin, I think it does a good job for quick, immediate access to sounds, editing sounds. I think it does a good job. And that's going to do it for me. Thanks so much for coming by. I'll try to do these more often if I can. And yeah.